Alrighty, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to part 2 of Kingdoms of Amalur's Re-Reckoning. The re-release, remake, whatever the fuck you want to call it, of the amazing game Kingdoms of Amalur. And I'm just remembering I don't have my light on. Hold on a second. There we go. That's a little bit better. Hi. Now you can actually see me. So we're going to go ahead and jump right back into Kingdoms of Amalur. Re-Reckoning. Yeah, again, the incredibly useful tooltips of when sneaking, don't walk right in front of somebody. They're more likely to see you if you're standing right in front of them. I never would have guessed that. Alright, yep, we are going in to search the Overgrown Thicket. Let me just double check that that's what we actually want to be doing. Yep, okay. We're going in. I was pretty sure that we'd ended right in front of the next place that we wanted to go, but I just wanted to make sure, because you never know. Sometimes I do dumb things. Could you not do that? There we go. Got to get back into the rhythm of this game. Playing games without a dodge mechanic. Come on. There we go. If there's anything in here worth having, probably, yeah, see, that's better, better armor, but, like, the mana regen is the same, and then it doesn't have all the nifty little bonuses that my pensive hand wraps have. So we'll just put that in junk, and this is probably going to be the same. It actually does less damage. Junk that, we'll junk those things. Alrighty. On we go. Yeah, I don't care about alchemy stuff, because alchemy is just kind of worthless. Vargas. I was trying to parry him. You can actually parry animal attacks, which is weird, but sure. I gotta get the timings down again. Some leather armor, copper talisman. That's quite a bit worse than the mind shield that I already have. I hope Twitch is working. I've been having issues where when I try to load my dashboard on Twitch, I get a bunch of failed to load modules messages. See, this is where you would sneak. You would sneak up on them and try to surprise them. Or I'd just do this. What's with the bird chirping sounds? don't remember that. What do you have? A bronze talisman. I think I've ranted about this before, but I really hate how in video games you break picks when you fail, because it doesn't make any sense. Ooh, frost weave robes. Increased health, 30% mana regen per second. I'll lose the 14 additional mana for my pensive robes because my set will go down by 1, but I gain 17 more health. That's actually really nice. And a lot more armor. We're going to put that on. Kind of looks cool, too. I love when the unlock is just straight across. You don't actually need to do anything. Gem of Fire Shield. I don't have anything with sockets in it yet, but alright, we're gonna drink one of those. We're gonna drink one of those. We're gonna drink one of those. And I think that's it. And then we're going to go and do a save game. Because this guy's going to try to kill us, pretty sure. The Book of Gentle Beasts. Behold the gentle beasts of field, hill, and wood. Unlike we who wear unnatural garments and betake such oddities as war and deceit, these noble beings are at one with all around them. They do not question, hate, or fear. That's it. That was boring. Well, that was a waste of some potions. Oh well. Yeah, and anybody who watched the YouTube or the VOD for last week's session, last week's episode, you're gonna notice there's no audio from me in any of that. You can see me talking, and you can occasionally hear a word or two here and there, but most of like this you can't hear, and I had the noise gate on my microphone set too high, so I wasn't able to talk through it. You just heard me when I was peaking, you would hear me, which, whoops. Because I did my stream test to make sure that it looked right and it would be stable and I wasn't getting dropped oodles and oodles of dropped frames, which we're currently at 0 dropped frames, so that's really good. We've been going for 10 minutes, so. But I didn't check the audio because I'm dumb. Alright, we'll go turn this guy in. Let's go kill this bear. There's a bear right here. I want to kill him. Might be a bad idea. Nah, it's fine. Oh, you can kind of. Oh, and then they freeze. Yeah. Look at this. So bodies only stay ragdoll for a short amount of time, and then eventually they'll, they just freeze in whatever position you've left them in. See, like, these aren't ragdoll anymore. And so you can get them into some weird positions by playing around with them. I wonder if they've changed it for this one, but in the original, as you progress through the story and you unlock more and more places, people start to know your character and they'll react like, "Oh, is that the person who did this?" and stuff like that. But if you go back to the older areas, you'll still get the same, "Oh, who is this? Another hireling? Like, we need another one of those." It's just like...
Oh, yes, from Overgrown Thicket, was it? But these days, if the payer has enough coin to spare and is insistent enough, we put it on the board.
I mean, it was easy enough, so who cares? Alright, let's take a look at our questies now. Yeah, we don't really want to do that one quite yet. We can go to Coilsbane. Now, we can probably find one of these potions pretty easily. Actually, what we should do real quick is this one. Unless... yeah. Okay, so we should be able to get one of these potions. We'll just go grab it while we're here. Then we'll go back to... well, we'll turn that potion in, because I think the guy is standing right outside. And then we'll go back to Goddard and...
Greetings.
Alright, you have to steal it. Which one's sneak? Forget that one's sneak. See, we gotta wait until that guy doesn't see us anymore. Except I think that he patrols back and forth right through here. Yeah, like he comes into the room.
Sworn to war?
Just do the one. I mean, technically, like, I belong to that, so, you know, they should be sharing. What? You can't step down from that ledge? You know, too bad it's not like in Skyrim, where once you join a faction, you gain access to everything in that faction house, and you can just loot the place. I remember doing that, and oh god, it was Oblivion. You join the Mages Guild, and it's just like each mage house. You go there and you do their little task, and they're like, "All right, you're a member. You can use our house now," and then you just strip the place. That's pretty much where I got all my soul gems. Alright, we'll give this to this guy because he's just right over here. He gives us some XP. I think he gives us some goodies too. Then we'll head back to Gorehart, turn in the, finish out that quest about building bridges and all that good stuff.
I'm coming in dumber than I was before, and I was pretty feeble.
Yeah, here you go.
Works. Bottoms up, mate. I think it's working. Indubitably. Plethora. Effulgent, there it is! Now I should be able to brew up anything I need in no time.
Well, the first thing you should brew is another alchemist art. Just make sure you always have a stack of those. Yeah, he just gives us some gold. Alright. We'll go back to Gorehart. Should probably empty my pockets too.
welcome to go on.
Head on in here. I love how we got to go through loading screen after loading screen after loading screen. You can definitely tell the era that this game was made in because so many loading screens. Alright, dude, here's your, yeah, so we, the Fae don't really care.
I was so worried that the Fae had taken out the revenge on you. As you said, I was wrong. The Fae had recovered, thanks to your potion.
Sorry.
In fact, she wishes to stay in the village for the next several weeks she recovers.
Love how bored your character
Warhammer will be
looks.
A new community, a place of compassion, and it's thanks to you. Please, take my sword and buckler. They will serve you well. As they have
You're still probably going to need your sword and shield. Especially because they're garbage. Alright, well, first things first. I mean, they're not terrible. It's just not what I'm doing. Alright, let's do some leveling up. Yeah, I'm going to keep going persuasion because it's fun. Some more points into sorcery. There. There. I have one more point. Right, let me get to the... There. Ew, 20% chance to stun. Okay, that's what we want. The explosion on impact deals 12 shocking damage in an area. And we've unlocked the tier 2 fate. I think. No, we already have that one. Okay. So the next sorcery fate is at 28. Okay. And that just straight gives us +1 mana regen in a second. Cool. Alright, we're going to save game. And then we're going to go and turn that. Let's see, can I sell stuff to you?
Exciting, isn't it? A Fae living in the village like an ordinary...
I don't care. Yeah, we'll just get rid of those. Do you have... You just straight sell the key.
Person, some excitement.
Hi. You picked the wrong village, friend.
Alright, let's get out of here. Loading, loading, loading. It's all loading forever. Man, these loading screens are ridiculous.
Behave yourself.
I am somewhat tempted to, like,
I'm sorry.
actually edit the YouTube upload and remove all the loading screens just to see how much shorter the stream actually would be if there wasn't so ridiculously long loading.
He is my husband. Although we had one night together. And then he departed for 3 long years. He will return. My heart tells me so.
Alright. Go away. Sure, why not? We'll keep an eye out for him.
But what I have is yours. The Alpha army is notoriously secretive with their you might find something in Dyden Hill. Thank you for your kindness. Farewell.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. The village of Dyden Hall to the east. That is where he joined the Alfar army 3 years ago. Okay, we're gonna try and see if we can find this one. Which is down there. Where's Dyden Hall? There it is. Yeah, honestly, we might as well do the cavern since it's right here in this area. Let me switch my active quest. Oh, actually, yeah. There seems to be some bugs in this game related to if you don't have a quest active and you try to make progress on it, sometimes it'll glitch and you won't be able to make any further progress. I don't know if they fixed it yet. Obviously, we didn't have any trouble with the Selkie Vale quest, but who knows?
You're a brave soul coming to Dyden Hill.
Oh, hey, we found
The
him.
village is faring pretty badly, and I would know. I was in the war. It's in your best interest to fill your pack and depart as soon as you're able. The blood plague works fast. You met Gisela? How? I sent that death notice. She should know that I'm dead.
Apparently, she never got
I
it.
don't know that I survived. Call me a coward. Call me whatever you wish. I'm not the same. I cannot subject her to the nightmares, the wounds, the restlessness. I will spare her that.
Yeah, she waited long enough.
I don't know. I've endured much, but perhaps she has endured even more. Her silent vigil has no doubt been as trying as my time on the battlefield. You're right. This reunion is one we both deserve. We have earned our happiness.
Exactly.
How could I have ever considered anything else? Thank you truly. Thank you.
Yeah, and then we gotta go back. There's a lot of these quests like this that are go here and do this, and then go back, and then go back over here, and then go back over here, and then go back over here. And it's like, it very much has that MMO feel. The early MMOs had a lot of that. You know, and then it got really ridiculous in World of Warcraft because they started moving the characters. So the character that you needed to talk to, the first character was standing right here, and then the character that you needed to go take the thing to was standing just on the other side of the room. And so it was a bunch of like back and forth in this one room, and it's like, you guys can't like just do this together. All right, anyway, then we're going to go ahead and head into the caverns, which is right there. We might be able to fast travel, yes, because I did discover it earlier. I don't know what's going on with my throat. I've got, like, congestion in my sinuses and my throat, and it's terrible. I don't feel sick. I just have this nasty congestion going on. So I don't know what's causing it. Alright, we gotta kill us some Jotun. What I would have liked is if these cave lights would react more strongly the more points in sorcery you have. Seriously? Seriously? Yeah, I forgot that about this game. You don't actually get any invisibility. Invisibility? You don't get any invincibility frames while you're doing a dodge. You can still be hit in the middle of it. Which is kind of bullshit. But what are you gonna do? Oh, we can actually open this. And we find a random boggart. Really? We have to actually unlock this chest? We can't just reach into it and take it? Hand wraps of ice shield. It's not actually bad, because if you look, like what we'd be losing by taking off another piece of this pensive set is 10% ice damage. I don't have anything that does ice damage. Don't need that. Oh, okay, I see. Each item has its own set bonus pieces. So, wait, no. No, they're the same. Never mind. Yeah, so we lose the ice. We lose the ice damage, which we don't have anyway, so there's really no point in putting it on. And that's also kind of what I was talking about before when I was saying, like, hey, there's no real point in fretting about using the DLC items because you end up replacing them pretty quickly anyway, because they are just level 1 items. So you might as well use them. Find ones that work for the build that you're planning on using and use them. Superior cowl. Is it actually superior? It is not. Come some more plague-ridden boggarts. Could you stop that? Really? You just changed direction to hit me anyway. Could you stop doing that? Jotun War Beads. Plus 5% damage, plus 5% damage resistance. Yeah, we're gonna put those on. A bow, and then some healing potions. Ugh. I need a better chair. I really do. This one's not... It's a cheap Amazon office chair, and it's not the best. I love these vistas, though. And this isn't even, like, the best. The prettiest area. Like, the ones later in the game are so beautiful. I hate how inconsistent the stagger is. Sometimes you can stun lock them, like right there. He was getting staggered, and other times you can't. They just don't stagger. They'll hyper armor right through your attacks. And it's not just the Jotuns that do it either. It's all of everybody. Every single creature will occasionally decide, no, we're just going to go right through this. That's just ice resistance, which isn't actually useful. This is, let's see, more defense, same mana regen, more lightning damage, which would be nice because we do have the lightning shot that we keep using, but it doesn't have that decrease in mana cost, so I think we will not be using it. Okay, we're gonna do another little savey poo here. I did buy this game on PC, but due to the anti-consumer practices that are in place, it does not run on Linux. Like, you cannot run it using the Proton system. That was weird. They were friendly there for a second. Alright, Smo. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone for the third attack right there. I should have just done one and then gotten out of there. Or two and then gotten out of there. You know what I need to use more? Come on. You just clobber him with a big hammer. Yeah, the Essence of Fate stuff is a high tier crafting material. It's a high tier crafting material that doesn't really work, or that well, it works, but you use it for you know, certain high level crafts. But if you don't go down the crafting, if you don't go down the crafting tree, then it doesn't really do any good. Let's see, same damage, 1 point less fire damage, more burning damage over time, but less time, and increased critical hit. Let's go ahead and use the Brutal Scepter. Yeah, see, and then autosave decides it's going to go off. That's another thing I have that's weird about this game, is the autosave triggers are so weird. A jeweled bracelet. It is literally just a gem-studded bracelet. that's worth money, and that's it. Alright, Coilsbane Ruins. Most merchants won't buy stolen goods, but you can just feed them to your quest objective, and it works just fine. Kite Shield, Chassis, Mage Bane decreases magic damage received. I don't think we're gonna need that. Though this might be the Jotun War Priest or whatever he's called. The one... You start finding these guys that throw magic at you, and it sucks. They're terrible. Nope, it's another warrior. Yeah, see, I keep trying to Dark Souls dodge through the attack, and it doesn't work. What? I just got a trophy for getting belly bumped? Frigid Staff. Nope. Okay. What? Landed 100 complete attack chains. Oh, okay. I thought it was, I got a trophy for getting belly bumped. I was gonna be like, what? Are these traps? These are not traps. Okay. At least that one isn't. You get a high enough detect hidden, and it'll start highlighting the traps for you, which is actually really nice because it makes them a lot easier to avoid, even if you don't actually end up using what's it called? The trap disarm. God, that does like nothing. Yeah, see, that time we managed to interrupt their attack. You can parry the belly bump, too. I've done it before. It just takes, like, perfect timing. Next objective is find a way out. I don't know, maybe this way. Oh yeah. This is why we got the Mage Bane.
By Logris, you surprised me. What are you doing down here?
Killing you,
I
Jotun.
see my Jotun have failed at their orders. But did Padaxes send you? Lysander, perhaps? Tell me. Those fools have no idea what I'm capable of. Which is obvious if you're all they sent to stop me.
You're in my way.
To find me here, as if you weren't sent here to stop me, my pursuit. But you're too late. Even now, my deathless servants rise from centuries of slumber.
Oh yeah, that's right, I remember.
Let you live. But answer me this, and I'll grant you a swift death. Which one sent you? Was it Padaxes or Lysander?
They've allied together.
The Dominus of the Onyx Tower and the Magister of the Rose Court allied together? Impossible! I can't challenge the power of both.
I love how we have, like, no idea what he's talking about, and we can just be like, no, worse, they've allied together to stop you.
I promise.
We're just gonna drink that. We're gonna drink that. We're also gonna drink one of those. Oh, really? He just teleports away? Ancient inscriptions in this book seem to fade and crawl before your eyes. The only portion that remains clear and legible is the following. City slumber dark and still until awakened to my will. Silver circle, emerald flame. What has slept shall rise again. A strange symbol seems to follow these words, but then perhaps it is not a symbol at all. I'm assuming it's that. I really thought we fought him here. Apparently not. Crusader's robes. Nope. Junk. Assassin's staff. Nope. And another healing potion. I keep doing that. I keep like going, oh, like we're gonna fight this guy, or there's gonna be a big fight here, and let's load up on some potion effects. And no, actually there isn't. Oh well, I need to use the potions more anyway, because you just end up with so many of them. They fill up your backpack, and then you can't pick up gear and stuff because you've got your one little potion bottle takes up as much space in your backpack as an entire suit of armor. Because that makes sense. Yeah, with enough points in detect hidden skill, you could disarm traps and extract their components for use in blacksmithing. Which is not as useful as it sounds. Who are you? You're one of the...
Star Camp being visited by a goddess?
Yeah, you're a traveler.
Star Camp, home of the traveler's dove. Now, oh, you break when such a time is...
Not interested. I found a hidden object. Really all I was looking for. Alright, so we gotta go back there to turn this quest in. Gotta go back to there to go turn that in. Those, I think, are both way down. Yeah, that's way over there. And that is also down there. So, we'll have to go down there eventually, but for now, we're just going to go ahead and turn that in. I don't want to do the traveler stuff because it involves doing a bunch of sneaking and stealing, and I just don't care for that kind of stuff in games. It doesn't... I have to be in a very specific mood to want to do most stealth stuff. So, like, I'll do a stealthy playthrough of Skyrim, but I have to be in a very specific mood for it.
You're back. Glad to see you made it out of there alive. We felt the earth shake and when you hadn't returned. But no matter. Our town is forever in your debt. Please, take this. It's not much after all you've done, but we would like you to have it. Until later then.
So you gave me somebody else's ring. Evelyn's ring. Ooh. 10 health, 10 mana. But it's percentage instead of flat. It's probably going to be better than the Haughty ring. Actually, and then let's put that on in place of the Squire's ring. Because the Squire's just gives me 5 health, that gives me 20 health, that gives me 10%. And then, of course, magic on the other two as well. So we can junk that, we can junk that. Let me just make sure. Okay. Let me find a shop. Go sell off all this stuff that I've got in my pockets. Yeah, shadow prisms can be used to distract patrolling guards. That's why I've been junking them, because they have no use outside of being in stealth, and then you kind of like throw it, and the guard goes over and goes, "What's this?" and walks over to it. So if you're not doing stealthy things, then it serves no purpose whatsoever.
Can I help you?
Riseburg Arms and Armors, blacksmithing on premises.
Alright, here we go. Sell off all the junk. Do you actually sell anything that, like, be useful? Because I know there's backpacks around, but I don't actually know who all sells them. No. Okay. There's the blacksmithing doohickey. You. Do you sell? Consumables, miscellaneous. Here we go. Okay, no. So you do sell recipes, which is, I guess, is useful. If you're doing alchemy stuff. You're just a soldier guy. No, I don't want to loot it. I want to talk to the guy.
If you know which end to hold, I've got a sword or two you might put to use.
Are you the same guy that I just talked to? You are the same guy that I just talked to. You just wandered over here.
Looking for
Okay, and then she can fix all my stuff.
a blacksmith. That's all.
Yeah, don't cough on me. Hit the inventory limit, you can sell items to a merchant or destroy them outright from your junk screen. I might have to go and look up where the backpack locations are, where the merchants are that sell you the backpacks. I know in the original game, I think there was 5 backpacks total in the game. But I think for this release, they added more. You know, in addition to giving you, more, just more backpack space to begin with. So they gave you more backpack space to start with, and then I think they put more backpacks in the world. But I could be wrong about that. They might just have the same number. And then we can come over here, and we can tell her.
It is you. I never dared hope that this Camden has returned to me. I can see a future now.
Yep.
Before goodbye.
Good luck dealing with this PTSD. Came to guard whatever. She gave me some chainmail gauntlets, which I can't even wear because they're might. Alright, so we should be able to do this one next. I think that's where my next main story quest location is. Yes, is to go meet Arden. So we'll go ahead and do that next. And then I've got a bunch of stuff that I need to do south of there anyway, so...
Greetings.
I should look at what the speedrun is for this game. It might actually be kind of interesting to see someday. Maybe we'll do that as a react video on YouTube, but those seem to be pretty popular. But I don't know if I'll actually do it or not. We'll see. We shall see. Alright, we go in here and talk to this guy. Too easy, too hard. You can change the difficulty setting at any time. But doing so will cause a warning to pop up saying that you might become ineligible for certain achievements. Because those are things people care about.
Interesting. You're not at all what I expected to find here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this character. Yeah, what did you expect?
A band of Tuatha to this place. They killed the Fate Weaver. I was hoping his corpse would give me an idea of why they were here.
Because they like killing mortals?
Hoping to find you.
Yeah, why assume I'm involved?
Knowing you, you're definitely involved. But something tells me I know you better than you knew yourself.
Yeah, how do you know me?
Don't you remember me? I'm hurt. No time for introductions now. The Tuatha are still on the move. I'm certain that we'll see one another again. Soon. Be on your way.
Yeah, I have this feeling that we're going to keep running into each other over and over.
What happened here? Arden's dead. How did this happen?
Apparently it was Tuatha.
If so, then I sure didn't see her. I was hoping to avoid this, but I think I'm going to have to take you to Delark.
Yeah, what's Delarth?
It's a sacred place to we Fate Weavers. Somewhere that I was hoping to avoid. I was hoping Arden could take you, but I guess it comes down to me. No reason getting anyone else killed over it. Go, I'll meet you there. Once I give Arden a proper funeral. This is twice now I've buried the bodies left in your wake.
Maybe you should stop following me around. Old letters, tattered documents. We're not going to take those. We are going to take the money, though. Alrighty. No, I don't care enough to do that. You can have them, like one of the tooltips mentioned it earlier, you can have them unbind your destiny and you get all your points back. And when you do that, you actually get those points that the game puts in might, in the 3 points that the game puts in all the categories, you get back. So you can actually put 2 extra points into whatever tree you're looking to level up. So I could take points out of might and finesse and put them into sorcery. Which wouldn't be a bad idea. Especially since it seems like the game is still thinking that I have some points in there, so it should give me shit for okay, that one's that way. It's still thinking I have points in there, so I should still be getting items from you know, might items and finesse items occasionally. Just sorcery items more frequently, so I don't know. I don't think it's really worth it, especially because they tend to be fairly expensive. Okay, we will do that one. Since it should be over in this general direction. God, that scared me. Friggin' giant spiders jumping out of the ground. Let's get close to this. Can we discover this? Apparently we either did or we can't. Either way. What is this? These look like the bones of a silk farmer that died at the hands of some spiders. I should see if I can give them a respectful burial somewhere in the nearby town of Canarok. Find the other remains. Yeah. I guess there's a bunch of them. Well, let's go over here and see if we can't discover the town, and because I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of quests we can pick up for this area, if I'm remembering correctly. New location discovered. And then we get attacked by spiders. This time they didn't friggin' spook me. Right, seriously? It's gonna be all cool and be like, BAM! If you friggin' quest givers would actually fight back, it would help.
Thank the gods, somebody finally came. Tell us, are you from Goreheart or Dyden Hill? How many warriors travel with you? It seems you're not the assistance we requested, but don't think me ungrateful. I could... Canarok could use someone of your particular skill.
Yeah, what's happened to this town?
Most of us silk farmers. Normally, we rely on our bridges and an ancient summer fey aura to guard us. But of late, what defenses we have are failing. These monstrous spiders strike at us from all sides. They've even gotten as far as Yolvan. A week ago, a team of hunters was led by the village's chief defender, Barton. We need someone to go find him and his party.
They're probably all dead.
Good.
But I'll look.
I have more information to give you regarding Barton and the hunting party. And these townsfolk growing
Yeah.
hysterical.
Blah, blah, blah.
And our greatest warrior. Good hunting!
Blah, blah, blah. Okay. That's and that's. Crude elm scepter. I don't need, but I'll take it.
I need you to meet me outside of town. Unless... Do you have news of Barton? Good hunting!
Oh, that's right. He goes and walks outside town and then tells you other information. So, anyway. I think there's a backpack for sale in here. I think. I will see. There is a player house here, which is one of those things that I don't understand why it exists. Like, it doesn't do anything.
So, you're the one that's supposed to... If you're looking for potions, see not soon enough.
Yeah, that's who I'm trying to talk to.
Stranger, what I wouldn't give to be like you.
Yeah, what happens?
I don't know. Our farmhand, Cartery Jake, stumbled. Now he avoids me, avoids everyone. Something. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. She wants to go. She wants me to go to the farm. Somebody in here is a merchant. I think it's you.
There's a lot I need to do, stranger. The forge is hot if you need to use it, and I've a few
Okay, you're a repair person.
items I can spare, but we'll need them soon enough. Stay alert.
Go ahead and just do that. Apparently we wandered in here in the middle of the night. Everybody's asleep. I don't know. It's really hard to tell what time it is in this game because there's no, like, there's a day-night cycle and that characters will go and find themselves a place to sleep and go to bed and stuff. But there's no day-night cycle in that the sun comes up or goes down. Like, it just is always the same light level. So I don't know if maybe that was one of those features that they were planning on adding and they just never got around to it. Or maybe they added it and then they realized that it was annoying, so they took it out, or it was going to be part of the MMO thing, and it just never, the system never got finished, or I don't know. Yeah, one ability from the sorcery tree will allow you to summon an upgradable minion. Yeah, it's pretty deep in the tree, though. Where the hell is everybody?
Thank the gods. Someone from the outside, but it's good you're here. I'm Siluretta Vonna, the village Normally I keep a stock of anti-venom at hand. There's not much to the potion, but because we've been in so there is an ingredient I still need. The poison glands of the spider...
Sure, why not? Because I'll be killing a bunch of the spiders anyway, so I might as well do it. The Jewel de Shillelagh. Bunch of potion recipes. I can sell the junk items to you, though.
Make. So 15 glands or so will be needed. Stay safe.
Are you a merchant, or are you just...
Sorry, I forget myself.
Yeah, you're
well,
just...
you can.
You're just a weirdo.
What can I help you with?
Alright, and I think there might be somebody downstairs. No, this is just where the alchemy lab is. Okay. I could have sworn that there was a merchant somewhere in this town that sold a backpack, but I'm either misremembering that there's one here, they've moved it, or I just haven't found them yet. Because they could have moved it, too. That's another distinct possibility. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, we'll go talk to this guy, because he wants to tell me something secret.
Speak with me a moment while we're away from prying ears. Kenrock is looking to me for leadership, and I'm more than happy to give it to him.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what it is he wants me to make sure that Barton doesn't come back.
It is for the best that he is dead. Barton has survived worse than this. I want assurance that he won't return to rob me, so here's my proposal. I'll pay well for your help in this. Unlike Barton, good hunting!
Yeah, that's all he wants. He just wants me to murder the guy. Alright. Alright, well, we might as well head towards that former contract holder quest first. Let me save. Just make sure. We're gonna save the game. Alrighty, and now we go. I see what looks like a chest. Oh look, kobolds. Brownies. You guys are freaking ridiculous. They wait until after you dodge to actually finish their attack. He's very annoying. Probably should have bought more healing potions. Okay, there's a hidden item right there. Wait, was that actually armor? That was. I thought it was a crafting item. So I didn't junk it immediately. Yeah, and I'm remembering going through this area now because I'm remembering constantly getting spooked by the friggin' spiders popping out of the ground. Oh, it died. I was like, it dodged my attack. No, it just died. There's a shrine right here, too. We will touch. I gotta remember to touch those shrines, too, when I find them, because I think there's an achievement for getting a certain number of them. Not that I really care so much about achievements, but they're easy, you might as well get them. Could you not? Could you not? Could you not do that? Gotta use Reckoning mode more often. For one thing, those kill animations are really cool. And it's, you know, a shame that they put so much work into these kill animations, and then you don't see them because you don't actually use them. Okay, grab that. I'm gonna drink that because my health is kind of low. All right, we are going the way that I do. We are going the way that we need to go. Okay, and then we need to go north from here. Purple mountain troll. Would you let me dodge these things? Right, I forgot about that. Sometimes when they do their slam, they have a swipe that they'll do. Oh, we found him. Apprentice robes are not actually all that good. Chakrams are not good. Or, well, we didn't find him because I think he's up there. But there is a lore stone over here.
The story of two valiant souls I bring. Of the lords named Ermer and Kreth I sing. Two hearts united against common foes. The thoughts in mind of one, the other knows. Lord Creth of Fey Knight's most stoic and grave, Lord Aylmer's knight hand and shadow, the brave, and genteel Aylmer, his equal in might, the dawn to Creth's dusk, the day to his night. Here's the tale of how they stopped a troll. The maid of Windermere misled its soul.
I think we end up fighting a bunch of trolls in here. Get rid of these boggarts first. Ooh, that was a nice dodge. Yeah, it's like you have to do a certain amount of damage, and then they go into a stagger state. And then once they're in that stagger state, you can kind of keep them in. You can kind of keep them in it by continuing to do damage to them. Or at least that's kind of how it seems to me. I think this contract is for killing trolls, too. Foistering necklace. It's just increased mana regen as well. I really need some health regen items. That's what I really need. Oh, hey, it's the contract holder.
You there? Did the Forsworn send you?
Kinda.
It's about damn time. I've been rotting in this forest for near a week and Jory's dead. The trolls are much worse than we thought. We thought rock trolls were bad enough, but these are mountain trolls, twice as strong and very ill-tempered. Oh, excellent. Look, we meant to take care of this situation, but things got out of my control. One of the mountain trolls killed Jory. Anyhow, I'm glad someone arrived at last. The mountain trolls must be stopped. The one that got Jory is still at the camp we made out here. If you can take care of this, I'll be able to retrieve Jory's belongings from the camp. I promise you what's left of his sword is rewarded.
Why would I want part of a broken sword?
All of them. I think there are 5 wandering the surf. The contract was to clear the forest. Do that and I'll be able to return up later then.
Yeah, see, we've already killed 2 of them. So, there's another one over here, and then there's 2 over there. This is the one that's killed Jory. Hey, mountain troll. I made him angry. I keep fucking that up. Ow. Whoops. Didn't mean to turn that off. I really do wish this game had a lock-on feature. It'd be really nice if it did. Because it is very annoying to have to keep moving the camera while you're trying to do attacks. Either that, or if you could use the triggers for your attacks instead of having to use the face buttons. Because then you wouldn't, you know, you could manipulate the camera while still being able to attack and dodge and stuff, but yeah, whatever. troll died right on top of him. Hey, but we leveled up, so that's cool. Let's go with the point of detect hidden. Because really, what we want is that one. We'll just put it there for now. What does this one do? Reduce scepter cost to 4% of your maximum instead of 5. Attack while blocking with the staff to draw all enemies in front of you to a central location. Attack while blocking with the scepter to send a launching projectile towards your target. Ooh. That actually sounds pretty cool. Point there, and then I think we'll go ahead and we'll do that one. We didn't unlock any new fates. But what we do want to do now... Okay, they put it on circle, so that's fine. Alright, and let me do a save game here, because otherwise I will forget to do that, and I don't want to have to do the level up again. Not that it really makes any difference. Where are them other two trolls at? They're over there. Alright. Across the bridge. Right? Yeah, there's one there, so we might as well go this way. So I think the reason why they give you this dowsing rod is just so that you can actually see all the crap that they've got. And of course the troll is now involved. That's not the button I wanted. Yeah, okay. Get rid of you. You're dead. Stop hitting me. Minor magic amplification. I don't know what any of these shrines do. I could look it up, but...
A troll named Nyx had a most troubled heart. In nature, it was displeased with its part. It hated its difference from the norm, and wished to shed its current form. In grief it went to the maid Windermere. She motioned to Nyx, and beckoned him near. "It is your wish to be human, I see," she whispered to the troubled troll in glee. I shall grant you your wish and make you so. You are a human now, she cackled. Go.
But of course she tricks the troll. Because she doesn't actually change his form. What on earth is this all about?
And so the troll named Nix to town it came, never suspecting 'twas still the same. It crushed the roll and split into the wall. Kreth and Eärmer were surely to fall. They faced the troll and fought to no avail. The wise knights knew what was wrong in our tale.
That hit me right there.
Traitors made Windermere at play. We know in part what is wrong with this fay. And so, Lord Eärmer shouted to Lord Kreth, challenge this troll to a duel to the death.
Challenge the troll to a duel to the death. Talisman of the Soothsayer is a very hard word to say for some reason. It's 18 defense. Blocks 1 more point of damage. Has the same elemental resistance. Plus 5% damage with magic. And has 2 sockets in it. We're going to go ahead and put that on. Kind of looks cool too. And I believe this one, when you find all of the lore stones. Let's see, which one is it? Oh, okay. It gives you critical hit versus Fae. That's what it is. There's one of them, I think, that gives you bonus damage against trolls or resistance to trolls, and I was thinking it was this one. Nope.
I'm afraid you've caught me at a bad time, friend. The famed hospitality of the gnomes may be missing today. You see, I am in distress. His name is Horace Despero. He ventured into... No, it may sound selfish. If possible, I need to find out what became of my friend. And the journal too. I'm
sure, why
a
not?
from a mining company from the east. I lent it to Horace so that since he hasn't returned, I'm... Until later then.
Alright, here's that last troll that we need to kill. And then the cave, I think, is right next to it. Yeah. Really? You guys are very rude. There we go. All right, what do we got here? Increased mana. Well, the mana regen is the same. The defense is better, but otherwise that's it. So we will not take that. Leaves me with only
The troll,
one
still
troll
under
stone
the
to find.
wicked maid's spell. He was human, it thought, and all was well. Rampaged throughout the countryside in joy, and treated everything as its toy. Lord Aylmer slowly approached it and said, "If you are human, deal as such instead. Face us properly, if that is your fate. Duel us, and reveal the truth of your state." Then the troll and fae did battle and fought. Alas, all was not as the troll had thought.
And we'll have to find the last one to finish that story. But before we do that, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. See you in a moment. Alrighty, and we're back. Let us continue. Right, I gotta go back there and give him that back, but we're gonna do this one next. So let us head on in. Yeah, and then the camera goes all like cinematic as you're going into transitioning through places, and it's just like meh. I think there's more trolls down in here too, which is not fun, but kind of pick a direction at random. Usually these caves only have one real path that you can go through. Oh, Argus. Nothing here but a gnome longbow on a dead guy. Clearly didn't do him any good. I hate how quickly the picks break too. There we go. Mostly I do that for the experience, and then usually get, you know, a healing potion or something out of it too. And gold, because you get junk that ends up not being useful. Like a steel cuirass is not really useful for me. Steel kite shield, not really useful for me. Yeah, so I wonder, I might do it the next time I come across the Fate Weaver. Because I think the first time you do it, I think is free. Did you not do that? There we go. Just trying to get all three of them. Balin's gauntlets. What are these? Yeah, see, these are might items. It's a might set. It definitely seems like they've increased the rate at which you find set items. Which is another thing that it seems like they held over from the MMO days, is that your set items had a low chance of dropping from certain enemies. And it was definitely intended that you would go through and you would keep fighting these enemies over and over. The way that you generally do in MMOs. But in a single-player game like this, it doesn't really work. Plus, the enemies that had the chance to drop the item, they didn't respawn. So if you didn't get it the first time that you fought them, you wouldn't get it. And there might have been a way to respawn stuff, or maybe they would if you waited long enough in game. But I don't remember. And honestly, I never bothered to look into it because I didn't really care. We gotta go this way. And then we gotta fight some more of these skelly boys. Just let him run right up to me and smack him in the face with a fireball. You can eventually learn how to summon those guys yourself, which is kind of cool. Is this really a... Oh. Yeah, you didn't have to move the pick at all for that one. Alright, what do we got in here? Alright, we'll get that. A tattered journal, day 7. Kekka betrayed me. Thought the girl wanted that foolish cult destroyed, but it turns out she was just bait. Why can't I ever resist a pretty pair of legs? She's becoming something else. Am I next? Soon I'll be thin enough to fit between the bars, and then I'll escape. You see, it didn't work for you. This is what, I mean, if you're gonna stay at range, I can just do that. So it's not really that big of a deal. Ooh, bloodstone? What is that? 5% chance to steal 10 health per hit. Oh, yes. We are absolutely going to put that on. Alright. Huh, that's interesting. Usually in these kinds of caves like this, there's a shortcut that takes you right back to the entrance, but this one doesn't seem like it has one. Oh well. We'll kill these guys too, anyway. I keep going, what is that little chime noise? And it's when my fate shift meter fills up. And the reason that I'm not used to hearing it is because my original playthrough, I never used fate shift. I kept forgetting to use it. So I am trying to be better about using it for this one. Okay, there might be something fun over here, but... nope, nothing over there. There's 2 exits to this place. I mean, obviously we want to go out the one that's closer to the gnome that gives us the that gave us the quest, so we can turn it in a little bit quicker. I'm guessing my mail's here because my dog is roaring at something outside. Either that or he sees squirrels. It's just as likely to be either one with him. Long loading screens. We love them. Gotta love long loading screens. Because otherwise, you'll just go crazy. Crazier. I think we're all pretty nutty. Alright, dude, here you go.
My journal! Oh, I trust this wasn't too difficult to obtain.
I mean, I had to flip the dead guy off of it.
A shame that. Thank you for being brave enough to retrieve this, in spite of what happened to Horace. As we agreed, here is some gold for your trouble. I appreciate your help.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it was easy enough, and I had to go down in there anyway, so... Well, I mean, I didn't have to go down in there anyway, but I was going to go down in there anyway, so it's like, might as well do it. Okay, he wants us to go back there. We gotta find this guy. Where is this guy? He's over that way. The farm is right there. He's over there. So we might as well go turn that one in first. Trying to reduce the amount of backtracking that you end up doing, but there's just so much that you end up having to do in this game regardless, so it doesn't really help. This is one of those times when I really think that this game should really have a mount or something that you can use to move a little bit faster. Especially with how much backtracking there is, but oh well, is what it is.
Well done, friend. Well done indeed. I know in time the trolls will return, but at least now I can make it back to Shieldring Keep with my head held high. Here, take this. It was Jory's sword. Broken now, but she might be mighty again if a skilled smith wants to make her so. It's what Jory would have wanted. I was unable to complete the contract, but since you have, you best get your own eye back to Shieldring Keep and turn it in. Off with you then. Farewell.
Yep, eventually. But first, I have more things to do around here. We can head towards that farm, because I believe that is the one... Yeah, that's the one that's down there. So we'll just go that way. And, like, you can sprint. Which helps, I guess, but not by much. It's kind of why I'm somewhat interested in looking up the speedrun for this game, because I'd like to see how speedrunners handle these long treks between things. Because usually in games that have like Wind Waker, they found that glitch where you can like basically teleport across the map. And I'd be interested to see. I'd be interested to see how they managed it. Or if they managed to find something like they can do in this one. Alright, here we go. Here's the farm. Bunch of crap in here. Boom. Spider had some chakrams in him. Don't know what a spider was doing with chakrams, but sure. Oh, this place has been trashed. Shoes of the Squall. 9 damage, or 9 armor. Same mana regen. Well, minus that 0.5. Plus 5% lightning damage. So, since we're not going to lose anything, because we've already taken everything else of that set off, we'll go ahead and put that on. These are junk. The Hope Stone. Damn. 5% fire, ice, and lightning damage, and 5% elemental resistance. Which is basically the same thing as the Jotun War Beads, because it's 5% damage across the board, whereas this is specific for elemental damages. And then it's full damage resistance rather than elemental damage resistance. So we'll take that and just junk it. Just a skull in there, which it can stay in there, because skulls are not actually useful. Same thing there. Go upstairs first, and then we'll check the basement. We wanted to cosplay as a peasant. So, yeah, there's more there. Right, and then downstairs is this way. Okay, and then I think we need to look at this, because I'm unassuming dagger used to kill the family at Tog Farm with the initial CJ etched in the hilt. Yeah, so it looks like spiders killed everybody here, or at least that's what it was meant to look like. But the fact that somebody went through with a knife and knifed everybody kind of ruins that whole idea. That's the thing, is if you want to make it look like spiders killed everybody, your best thing to do is to leave them alive and just like tie them up or knock them out, and then leave them somewhere that the spiders can get to them. If you actually go through and knife everybody, then you got to hope that that the spiders, consume all the flesh. Because if they don't, you're going to leave some evidence behind. And there's the lore stone. Is this the last one? No, it isn't.
They said, it is not good to have a darkened summer, so I made a night. Oh, they said, to Yalvin you should look, so I found Cathras. Oh, they said, you have no food, so I brought water. Oh, they said, you have no homes, so I grew trees. Oh, they said, you have no music, so I laughed.
Yeah, because that isn't creepy at all. I think that's all the poison glands. We might need one more. I know it takes that a while to update. Yeah, it looks like we need one more poison gland. Some linen hand wraps. Yeah, better armor. Everything else is pretty much the same. Ice resistance isn't really coming into play right now, so we'll go ahead and put that on. Alright, so now we have to go back to town, but in the meantime, we might as well pick up these other remains, because it looks like there's just the 3. That's a task. Yeah, so there's just the 3 left, so we might as well just go ahead and grab those, and then we'll probably find the spiders. You know, the one more spider venom sac that we need. Oof, excuse me. Just pick a random place and then break the pick, and then we'll try it again. Alright, so I was going right the first time. Yeah, it's just, there's got to be more. The most realistic lockpicking minigame that I've found in modern video games is the one in Oblivion, which I know it's weird to think of Oblivion as a modern game, considering it's so old. But the one where you actually have to push the pins down, the only thing that isn't accurate with that is the fact that you have to do it in a certain amount of time.
Steam of summer from the forest, like a runner in the night, or mist from a lover's whisper. Spectral blood from the riverbed wraps our bodies in gloss. The fog eases through blades of grass. We shall grasp these floating strands of summer and capture beauty in our work.
Yeah, I hear you. There it is. The controller was vibrating, but it's like I don't see where the thingamajigger is. Here we go, there's some spiders. Really? You guys didn't drop a venom sac? I didn't actually finish that up, did I? No, I do need I do still need one more. You'd think that venom spitters would be the ones that would have the venom sacs in them. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it does. So in Skyrim, which is the other game that has a very similar lockpicking mechanic, as you move the pick back and forth, if you listen, there'll be a little click or a very subtle little tick, and the pick will kind of kick in one direction as you move it around like that, and that gives you an idea where the sweet spot is. Yeah, that is just lore. Barton, the other remains, and then what are these over here? Oh yeah. We gotta go to those two next. That's where we're going after we finish here. Alright. I'm gonna go over here, because I think more spiders pop up over here. Plus I want to discover this. Yep, there we go. I think maybe I need to kill them one at a time. Ow, for fuck's sake. Get off me. Alright. Now can I have my last venom sac? There we go. Okay, we did discover that. I saw that pop up. So we'll just check a little over here. Nope. Aha, there we go. See, I knew there'd be something that we could loot somewhere around here, because they don't just put nothing in places. Alright, find those other 2 silk farmers now that we've gotten all of the... That was rude. Well, see, I was just about to say I'm trying to save my fate shifts for larger groups because you get more XP the more individual characters that you hit with your fate shift and unravel at the same time. Almost said unwabble. Oh no, invisible spiders. But the more individual characters that you get, oh yeah, it's this thing. Bees! Come on. Stop hitting me with bees. Yeah, and you cannot get away. Like, those things will just last forever. Come on! Stop interrupting my attacks. Yeah, see, this is where we need, like, some health regen. Yeah, they're just so rude, and they're just interrupting your attacks. Especially because the enemies can interrupt your attacks so easily, but you can't interrupt their attacks. I mean, you can, but it's a lot harder. A lot harder to do. So let's see, we gotta go north, and then we go back over to the west. I don't know if it's better scaling or if I just have a better handle on the game, but when I came here before, I kind of felt under-leveled for this area. Yes, you can shut your fate shift off. More defense. We'll put it on. We don't have any special abilities on our gear, so we're not really losing anything by taking those off. But yeah, if you're in fate shift and you, like right there where I just killed everything in one go, you can shut it off by pulling both triggers again. I don't think the game ever tells you that either. It might tell you on a loading screen tip. That might be how I figured out that you could do it. Yeah, so let's go down here. We will, we'll discover this. Grab this lore stone, too, while we're down here.
The embrace of webwood never ends. It grips you with a strength of passion, a gentle stillness, a quiet moment.
We'll discover this location so we can fast travel back here. There's a bunch of them behind me. Come on, let me dodge. That is actually a really handy ability, the like whirlwind of fire that you can do with your staff. That is really handy, actually. Alright. We discovered that, so we can get back over here pretty quickly. And now we just need to head straight north to get the last Longsword of Skill. I bet you it's junk. I mean, if you were using a longsword, it would actually be pretty good. Yeah, it might be worth redoing my point allocations, because it does seem like I'm getting a lot of might and finesse weapons, and you're not supposed to. You're supposed to get more of the items that you've actually put points into. So I think it's just that it still has might and finesse stuff on the table, but I think it's weighted based on how many points you've put in. You know, I want that. Alright, and then we need to reset the remains. So we'll just go right over here to town, which is right here. Ugh. No, go lay down. Oh, yeah. Ossuary looks as though it has seen better days, however it would be a fitting place to rest the bones of the dead silk farmers you found in Webwood. There you go. And I think that gives us a level, too. Yes, indeed it does. Level up. Always succeed when forcing very easy locks. Of course, we probably won't find that many very easy locks, but we'll go ahead and put that point in anyway. In any case. So, we're going to put another point there, because it is actually really useful ability. We'll buy a healing spell. And causes shocking damage to bounce between your enemies more frequently. Another one of those. And we have not unlocked any new destinies. Alright, so we got a few things that we can turn in here in town.
What are you bothering me for?
Everybody around here is so friendly. Where's you? Alright, you. Murderer.
So, the savior comes for Cartery. What do you want? You did? I must have left it behind when I was fleeing.
Yeah, you left it lodged in the neck of the person that you killed.
I can see you're not convinced. So that toff brat sent you to do a little digging. It was only a matter of time before she learned what I did to her parents. But you found out first. A stroke of luck. Now, let's come to an arrangement, shall we? Say, a heavy purse for your silence?
You can't buy me with money. Yeah. Why did you kill them?
Fought the gates of Melsenshire years ago. We deserted before we saw our second battle. When we came here, she invited me to join her and her husband Eimer and their daughter on that farm. It was a simple life. I thanked the gods for it. Then Carowin and Eimer decided to return to the war and bring me with them. When they insisted, I used the only skill war ever taught me.
Slacking?
Really? The wandering hero is going to bring me to justice? I think not. I've murdered twice before, and you shall be my third. Glad that's done.
Could you not? Really? You're gonna attack the, you're gonna attack a mage with a knife. Real smart idea there, dude. Brought a knife to a magic fight. Nah, I mean, it's no different. When I played through before, I think I was using a great sword at the time, and I just flattened him. Because that's pretty much what you do with a great sword, is you just flatten people. Although the hammer is a lot of fun too, because you just pancake people left and right. It's absolutely hilarious.
To think that he did all this just to avoid the war. I knew my family was likely dead, but I thought it wouldn't be over something like this. Thank you for your help. Here is your reward, as promised. Safe journey.
Received silk farmer gloves. Ooh. Oh, they're finesse items, though. Enchanted gloves crafted from webwood spider silk. They're definitely junk. See, this is another indicator of MMO-ness, is that you end up with this weird mix of different rarity items. Just because that's how it ends up breaking down. You're a merchant? No, you're a repair guy.
So if you don't mind, let's make this quick.
Yeah.
Quick. Or better yet, leave me keep safe.
There is a merchant in here, though. Is it you?
We need to do something.
No. See, the icon shows that there's a merchant, like, right here.
Keep it brief.
They might be upstairs. Let's look upstairs. Because I could have sworn there was a backpack for sale somewhere in this town.
Does no one else see? The widow will be food before nightfall.
Yeah, whatever. There we go. That's what we wanted to do. Nope. No backpack here. I am going to, however, buy your entire stock of healing potions.
We can't hold this island. These beware
Shut
the
up.
forest.
Keep it brief. I've work.
I mean, the characters and the personalities and everything are all really interesting, and it's amazing how much work that they poured into this game to make the world feel alive and giving interesting little stories to almost every character in the game. Even some of the unnamed characters have little stories going on. But it's like, I don't really care. It doesn't really help me any. So why are you, just go away. Let me go on with my, I have my own story that I'm working on. Let me just keep working on it. Oh, that's right. You're upstairs.
You brought them, thank the gods. My store was almost out. But with these, I can create a fresh batch. Please, take these. I'll be able to make more shortly.
What about potions? What potions do you have? You have more healing potions I'm gonna buy. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like this game just does not seem to have the defensive abilities that are really necessary to be able to really just completely avoid damage. I'm sure if you get good with the timing of things, you can probably dodge and parry most things, but it's yeah. Yeah, just making sure, because I feel like I have a bunch of crap that I don't need to be carrying around.
Yes, I have a...
Yeah, these are for crafting. Actually, speaking of crafting... And if you notice, like, my inventory limit isn't changing because these items don't actually count against your inventory limit, because they just go into the oh, no, I want to keep those for now. They just go into your crafting bag.
Good day.
Which is kind of nice that they don't, you know, they don't fill up your inventory with alchemy items and shit like that, so. Where's the eggs? I was trying to go out the window. I was trying to leave through the window, because that's how you leave houses. You just jump right through the window. And more loading. More loading. I think we're done here in the webwood, though, unless we want to try to scour around Hayaxi, I think is how you say it, for that last lore stone, because I think there's one more lore stone in the area that we need. It's probably in there, to be honest. Oh, we gotta go down in that and do that one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit that, and then we'll go down here and do that. Just because I just want to see if that lore stone is over here in where these spiders are all hanging out. Because it seems like the kind of place they would put a lore stone. It is not. All right. Oh, there it is. Or there is a lore stone that I haven't already activated, so it's a webwood stone.
As you take, so are you taken. Hold me in your love, and I hold you in my own. Borrow me, and I will borrow you. A kind of kindness, and forever a chill to comfort the warm.
Yeah, so we'll go down there and get that one. I'm not actually sure where the... It must be over here. Oh, yeah, so this is where I've got one left, so I'd have to scour through over here to find it, whereas over here is the webwood. I don't really feel like it's worth... I mean, it's... The passive bonuses that you get for doing those, for finding all the lore stones, are nice. But... And most of them are percentage based, so they kind of scale with you. keep pulling the wrong trigger. I'm trying to do that. So as I can do that. And I keep pulling the wrong trigger. God damn it, right as I was about to fate shift. Alright. Now we can heal ourselves. Using mana, which regenerates on its own. Instead of wasting healing potion. I gotta wait for the timer to run back down. Because that is one thing that I did discover originally, is that it's a little tricky to use the healing spell in combat. Because it takes so long to pull off. But using it between combats is perfect. And usually by the time you get to the next fight, your mana's already regenerated. So it's like, who cares? You know? Alright, we'll go in here and we'll see if we can't find what's-his-name, who is alive as far as I remember, because it is one of those choices where you can either attack him and kill him, or help him get back to town. So that's a lot faster to pull off than that. Because to do this one, you have to hold the button for a second. But to do this one, it's just you pull block and attack at basically the same time. So I feel like that one's a lot more useful. Than the AoE charge attack thing. So many spiders. So many spiders. All of whom need to die. Wasn't sure if I'd killed that one or not. Local map is more useful, so we need to go up, it looks like. North. It's up on the map. Same thing. And then we gotta go this way. God damn it. Where's that last spider? There he is. Looking for you. That spider ate a wealthy individual.
Stay back. Wait. A Thelvarani. By the widow's mercy, who sent you? Have you word from Kenarok?
Yeah, they're looking for you.
I'm the only one left. My men and I were ambushed when we entered the cave. It's as if the damn spiders set a trap for us. These spiders are somehow using strategy, tactics, simple ones.
I mean, that is kind of how spiders work. They do tend to lay traps for people.
Someone's leading them. It's all over this cave. Footprints, torn webs, but no body. Could be the Bloody Widow for all I know, but Kenarok needs to be told.
Or we could go kill whatever's leading them.
That damn... This whole suicide mission was his idea. No, he tries
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head by calling it a suicide mission.
What has happened here, and deal with Garana. Have to hurry. Speak with me after we reach Kenarok. Speak with me, please.
Speak with me, please. Runs off. Dude, I can't talk to you when you're running away from me. Another shadow prism. Which, I mean, they're basically just money, so... we're gonna go back going this way for, might as well. I don't know that I'll be able to get back, because I think these jumps are going the other way. But if nothing else, there's probably some more spiders that we can kill. Yeah, the way that you can fluidly shift between throwing spells and using using your different weapons and everything is really, really nice. Like, I really do like the combat systems in this game. As they do really seem like they put some effort into making the combat system in this game feel fluid, which is really nice. And it's also nice that like, even though I've picked sorcery and I'm going down the sorcery path, I can equip a longsword and use that, or a bow and use that, and I can switch between my staff and my bow, or a longsword and the scepter without any real issue. The only thing would be that I wouldn't have the extra points of damage from using the scepter versus using a bow or whatever, which is really cool. I think it's really nice. And we gotta get out of here going this way. I was gonna say, I think I was thinking it was funny that, like, nobody ever comments on your character walking around with a damage shield up, but if you think about it, magic is probably so ubiquitous in this world that people don't really care. Like, it's not really that big of a deal if somebody's walking around with a damage shield up, especially when they're very obviously an adventurer who just came into town from fighting spiders. You know, of course they're gonna they're gonna have their damage shield up. I imagine in a... God damn it, dog. He just kind of bowls his way through anything. Yeah, just wherever he's decided he needs to go, he just shoves his way through. And he knocks stuff over all the time doing it. Especially since we've got him wearing a cone. Which he's wearing the cone because he won't stop licking at himself. I mean, his leg, mostly. He licked himself to the point where he actually put a hole in his leg. And it got infected. and it was a whole big ordeal. We finally got the infection gone, and it's mostly healed. But we still got to make sure that he doesn't do it again. So he wears a cone. Alright, let's go get involved in this little squabble. Which, yeah, I think this is another one where, like, we started this and it provoked them, and then I just flattened the guy.
For your part in saving me, you have my thanks. And you're welcome to Gossamer End, a house in the village. Billis Ade, the town blacksmith, will make repairs if you need them. For his treachery, I have
Oh, that's right, yeah, he just tosses the guy out of town.
The widow take him. Enjoy your new home, but do so quickly. If the widow is out there, we must send someone to Castle Yorvin to find out why. Information. Castle Yorvin was a Fey bastion long ago. They used some form of the magic to pacify Webwood. Perhaps they can tell us how to calm Webwood.
Alrighty. Yeah, and so then we've got our own little house over here. Not here, obviously. But in this town, which is one of those things. And then yeah, like there's you can spend money at the blacksmith to improve the house, but why? Like, it doesn't do anything for you.
Garner or Barton? I don't know which one would have led us out of this alive. All I know is I need to close up the windows, check the cellar, and pray the spiders don't find the cracks in the shingling.
You got something. Yeah, he'll figure it out.
I'd be happy to fix up old Gossamer End for you. That place could use some expansion. I can put in a dining area for some gold. What do you say? Well, let me know if you are.
Yeah, so I mean, you can do that. You can be like, hey, I want to spend all my gold and upgrade this house, but why? Like, there's no real reason to. It doesn't. It's not like the quest. Well, I mean, there's a quest to do it. You can get some experience out of it if you actually go through and do it, which isn't a bad thing. But at the same time, it's also like there's no real reason to do it. There's a storage thing in here that you can do that you get access to in any other player house. But I just... This is definitely one of those things that was left over from the MMO element. Because it would be like, you know, you get a player house, and then you get this player storage, and then that would be where you'd find these really cool items, and you're like, oh, I can put this in here, and, you know, but, yeah, here it is. You know, so you can put stuff in here, and it stays, and you can get it from anywhere, any other player house, but since the player houses are few and far between, it doesn't really make any difference. Like, there's no real reason to do it. Like, and there's a mirror here, you can customize your appearance, and then yeah, you can spend gold and have him add a bunch of extra shit to it. But again, there's no real reason to do any of that. Other than if you're just one of those people who has to clean out your quest log, since they put it in your quest log. All right. So anyway. So we've done that, but it's not going to actually. What'd you get? Quit trying to shove your way through. It's not actually going to go away because I'm not going to spend money on the upgrades. So, yeah, let's go turn that in, since that is backtracking. We can just fast travel over there really quick. One of those things, too, that I really wish that the fast travel would put you inside the keep instead of outside the keep, so you don't have to sit through 2 loading screens. It's one of the things that I liked about, like, you know, in Skyrim, when you fast travel to a town, the fast travel puts you inside the town.
It's good pay for trying work. You're welcome in the keep, as long as your honor's intact.
Sure.
The last poor souls who tried it came to no good, did they? A shame. But profitable for you. Here's the pay. On with you.
Alright, and I think that's all those questies. So then we've got this one, which involves going there. Alright. So we'll go back outside, and we'll start working our way through that castle. Because again, we can't fast travel from inside the building. We have to go outside the building to fast travel. Which again means that we have to sit through 2 loading screens. And then a third once we get to the castle that we want to go into. Oy. It wouldn't be so bad if these loading screens weren't so long. But they are, so it sucks. Alright, and then we'll just fast travel back to Canarok. What on earth are you doing? Lay down. He's starting to get antsy because he wants to go for the walk that we always do. So he's starting to get antsy about it. But he doesn't realize that we still have half an hour before we go. And getting pesty is not going to help anything. Oh, I didn't realize that he only made it out this far. Well, sucks to be him. Like, literally sucks to be him, since he's dead. Castle Joven. Yeah, we gotta fight one of these bee monsters. Jesus Christ. Yeah, see, and like they just chase you. I guess they do wear off after a while, but like it takes a while for them to go away. Oh, right. We gotta go over here. So we gotta go over here, and we gotta discover that we can't get through because it's all collapsed. And then it tells us to find another entrance, which is over here where I was going anyway, because it's like, hey, you can't get through there, so. But you got to get close enough to trigger the quest update. You don't actually, you can just jump straight down here. You can just jump straight down here and the quest just updates. It skips the whole find another entrance stage. Alright, and then this is the one where we have a bunch of lore stones.
Proud and mighty, shaped and hewn by Fae of old. If you hear us, then we are sleeping still. But be strong of heart, new one.
Could you
Our powers
not?
are old, but our triumphs are eternal. We have brought peace to the webwood and the forests of summer.
Not too effectively, though. Yeah, we basically get led through the castle by these lore stones.
Corruption and decay and filth were grown, were spread like sickness from the fens and dells of this place. They were led not by a beast, not by a fell one, but by her. The one who walks alone. The mother of 100,000 spiders. She is a queen of web and poison. She calls herself
The hell?
the Widow.
Oh. I walked into a trap because I'm a dum-dum. Okay, let me see here. So those are all upstairs. Oh, a locked door. Interesting. I just didn't find this before, or maybe I had the key, or opened it and just don't remember. Distinct possibility. Could you not do that right as I'm getting ready to start the spell? Yeah, I'm not really going to be paying attention to white items, I think, at this point. We'll pretty much leave those alone. I mean, we'll take them for the money, but... So I'm guessing we gotta go that way. No, so we gotta go this way. Yeah, and they didn't improve the camera controls at all. The camera is just as irritating in this version of the game as it was in the original version of the game, where it fights with you because the camera wants to do its own thing.
The canopy stretched far and blocked the light of summer. We pressed on and forward to Cathras, to the widow's den. We were but weak when we arrived, but she was weaker still, her children having died before our march. To Ashara we commended her, and then we felt the call of winter, and so some turned to sleep. I kept watch.
Come on. There we go. Boom. Make short work of them. Let's see, we got anything else in here? Nope. Keep going up. And now I know what that little chime means.
Some colder wind of winter blows then, we have seen. Summer does not return our brothers, our clans to us. What will happen to the vigil I keep? Winter already calls me, and no relief is in sight.
No real reason to go in there. Alright, the last lore stone's right here.
The widow walks. I can feel the heart of the webwood pulsing with her anger. Her spiders are at the gates. We never thought the day would come. The widow walks. The widow walks.
Is that someone tripping about my web? And I thought my fun was over.
And then we can go in here and we can look and we can see it's in status. Because we've actually completed this one, so we have plus 10% poison damage versus Fae. Which would be really cool if I had anything that dealt poison damage. But you don't. Alright, we're going to do a save right here. And then we're going to go trigger this.
Another stirs in Yolvin? But it is only a wretched mortal from that doomed town, no doubt. I'm sure my Cathris brood would love feeding on one as strong as you. The last of Yolvin is dead. Your little town is next. Tell them the widow has returned, and she is claiming what was once hers.
Really? You're gonna tell me to pass a message, but then you're gonna have your spiders attack me? Could you guys stop? Really? Come on. I don't understand how sometimes you kill the things when you fate shift. They just die. And other times they go into that staggered state. And I don't understand what triggers one versus the other. Because it doesn't seem to be consistent. Ooh, Prismere lockpick. Hopefully they made those more common. God, I think in my previous playthrough, I think I found like 4 total. All right, let's do detect hidden. Do another point in healing. This will cap out my sphere of protection. And we'll grab that. Still don't have any new abilities. I do need to move my mapping around a little bit. So we'll put that there. And then we'll put that there. Okay. Quest is the Widow's Wrath, where I gotta get out of the castle. Which involves going this way. I think we just get constantly attacked by spiders as we're trying to get out of here. Yep. Which, yeah, is just weird that, like, she's like, hey, pass this message on to the town. But I'm gonna have my spiders try to kill you at the same time. Could you? Thank you. Actually doing what I tell you to do for a change. I've yet to actually need to use a mana potion. I think if you sneak past the rats and spiders will attack each other. Come on. It's like I see them coming at me, but because the game gets like you get to a certain point in your combo and you have to finish it, but you don't get any, you know, hyper armor to try to finish it. So you just end up taking the attack right in the face because you can't dodge it and you can't block it and you can't, and it's just like there we go. Much more effective. Right, because I left junk in there that I didn't care about. Camera, could you cooperate with me? Thank you. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to work the my ice shot ability into my attack patterns a little bit better. Actually. We're pretty steadily fighting things all the way through. We might as well go ahead and use that magic amplification potion. Just capped out our fate shift. Yeah, I definitely need to be using the fate shift more often because it works. You actually get it back pretty quickly. So there's no real reason not to use it. There's no real reason not to use it as frequently as you can. Alright, we're going out this door. And then we have to run back to town and warn them that the widow is coming to try to kill everybody. And that might be where we're going to end things for today. We'll see. I got about 10 minutes left. Yep, return to Canorock. There isn't a loot up here. There is a loot up here. And this is one where we could fast travel back to town, but I think the attack starts as soon as you get there, so you might as well walk, because then you don't end up spawning right in the middle of it. And it's not actually terribly far. Because town is just right there. I don't remember if you get a chance to talk to anybody before the attack starts, or if it just starts as soon as you get here. Okay. It starts as soon as you get here.
By the seas, you sure took the long route to Castle.
There we go.
Now tell me, have you found their secret? Can you stop the spiders?
The widow.
I didn't want to think the stories were true, but I've seen her hand in this since it began. It's only a matter of hours before Kennerock is destroyed. But Cathras is deep within the webwood. I wouldn't be surprised if the Hollow is where she makes her home.
I think we discovered Cathras.
Assist Kennerock. You're all I have. Don't know if it's fate or luck.
Well, it's not fate. We discovered that earlier.
I will take refuge in the inn. Need to help the survivors.
Trade manifest? Huh. Don't know why that's a thing a spider would have. Oh, because it's not a spider. Okay. We're going to empty out our pockets, repair some stuff, and then I think we will be done for today. Did I go in the wrong... I went in the wrong place. I went into the wrong building. Because apparently I can't read signs. I mean, you can, it's just, they're hard to see what is actually a sign and what isn't. And sometimes the signs are wrong, too, which is always fun. Come on, freaking loading screens. Yeah, because all I want to do is go from this building to that building. Which means I'm going to have to sit through another loading screen. Alright.
I had a hard enough time, so if you don't mind, let's
I
make
don't
this quick.
care. I really don't care.
Or better yet, keep safe.
Alright, that. And then...
Something wrong?
Are you a merchant?
Yes. I have a moment I can spare for you.
You are a merchant, so I can sell my junk to you. Let me just go through here and make sure I don't have anything else that I want to get rid of. Do you sell anything of use to me at this point in time? I don't think you do. No, you do not.
Stay safe.
Alright. We're good there, we're good there. We'll go back outside, and then, yeah, we're going to go ahead and call things here for today, because the next thing to do is assault the castle. I suppose I can check the... I can check my map and see. I don't remember if I discovered it already, or if I'll have to run there initially. But either way, we'll... if I've already discovered it, we can fast travel to it and then save right outside, just like we did to start this week's session. If I have not... Yeah, it's right there. Okay, we have discovered it. So we can go ahead and fast travel here. You know, minimize the number of loading screens or the time that we're going to end up wasting next week, even though we'll lose a ton of time on loading screens anyway. But while this is loading... Oh, okay, there we go. So we'll go ahead and we'll do our save game. Actually, let's just go ahead and go inside. That is actually a really cool image right there. Alright. And then we'll save right here. And that's where we're going to call things for this week. So... we'll go ahead and end things for this week. You know, big thank you to everybody who stopped by and hung out and watched this really well done game. I really appreciate it. The VOD will go live on YouTube next week, just like the last one did. Until then, though, tomorrow we're going to do some more Demon Souls. We'll try to make some more progress on that. I have no idea where I'm going to go next in that game. But anyway, there will be no stream on Thursday. Make sure I get the dates right. There'll be no stream on Thursday due to other commitments that I have. But otherwise, everything will be as is on the schedule. The only change that might happen is we might be doing Cyberpunk 2077 Friday instead of Minecraft, depending on when I actually get the copy of the game. Because if I get it on Thursday, we can do that Friday. If I don't get it until Friday, then we won't be able to, because it'll be installing and doing updates and everything. Plus, things generally don't get delivered until noonish for me anyway. So... we'll look forward to seeing you guys all tomorrow for some more Demon Souls. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.